Uh-oh. Will MomTok survive this? Jen Affleck is teasing some new beef with Whitney Leavitt. We have Andy Cohen and John Mayer. Did they or didn't they? And Kim Kardashian doesn't think we landed on the moon. Did we? Did we? Let's get into it. I hope you're ready for it. Let's dive in.
This is No Filter with Zack Peter, your go-to source for all the latest pop culture and reality TV tea, served fresh all week long. Now, let's dive in.
Booyah, and dive in we shall. Happy Thursday, everybody in the club. Another dismal loss by the Dodgers. Blue Jays are in the lead in the World Series. Dodgers have to win the next 2 games in order to win the World Series, because right now the Blue Jays are killing it and they are ahead, and the Dodgers have not been killing it lately. So we'll see what happens there. But everybody loved our sports talk yesterday when I was trying to explain the World Series to David and Sean. It was hilarious and people got a kick out of it. So I'm glad you guys have been enjoying Sean and David. My mic is, why does my, sorry. Thank you. There we go. Mic's on. I don't know why it does that sometimes lately. Russ says he's proud of the Blue Jays. Great. Oh my God, Zach, you cracked everyone up. Okay, first of all, I just want to say, I thought I was doing such a good job with my explanation. And you know what? I did a great job. Oh, good. Zach is talking sports. Yes, I did a great job with my explanation of like the World Series and why it was so unprecedented for it to last as long as it did. Okay. The 18 innings. Okay. Now, the one thing that people were so fixated on and so hung up on is the fact that I said points instead of runs. Okay. Points instead of runs, which technically, yes, in baseball, you get runs, you don't get points. But where I'm from, when you say get runs, it usually means you have diarrhea. Like you have the runs, you got the runs, you know? So I don't particularly like to use the word runs, but also David was not very savvy with the lingo as he was saying 19 holes and touchdown and hole in one. Like he was using all the wrong terms. So I was like, well, maybe it's maybe if I like explain it in layman's terms, that would be, you know, more digestible. That would be more understandable. So I used the word points instead of runs because I was trying to explain it to him. Obviously, I know the difference between a run and a point, although it's the same thing, right? Your runs are technically points. Now, if I said touchdown, that would be very different. A touchdown and a home run are very different, right? Very different sport. It's a very, or slam dunk, very different, right? So there are certain terms that I feel like can be interchangeable, like points. In every game, you are earning points. There is a number, there is a tally, and the points are tallied up. So the fact that everybody was like, so like, oh my God, he said points, points, points. Even Sean was like, points. Like he thought it was the funniest thing. And I was like, is it really that? But like, I didn't think points was that wild of a term to use. Gwen says, I thought it was hilarious in his responses. I think soccer gets points. Well, basketball gets points, right? Or is it? They're all technically points. Like that's the thing that's whatever. No, soccer's not points. Soccer's goals. You get goals. Like it's the new year, you know? Yeah, soccer is goals. Hockey gets goals. Yep. Yep. So who gets points? They're all technically points. All of them are points. They're numbers and they get tallied up. And whoever has the most amount of numbers, regardless of what you're calling those numbers, as I said, why would anyone like sports? Sports are fun. Everyone is allowed to misspeak. Thank you, Michelle. Even Kevin Federline. Ashley said points are ghetto. The sports, but yeah, basketball gets points. The sports talk was hilarious. Let's play that clip actually, 'cause it was just too funny. We need to just relive it, relive our heyday. We'll just replay that clip from yesterday 'cause it was too good.
Well, I'll catch you up to speed. The Blue Jays have won 2 games. The Dodgers have won 2 games. Last night's game was so bad. Like, the Dodgers were destroyed in game 1 and game 4. And then game 3 was a wild one because it went 18 innings. 18.
Wow.
Do you know what that means, David?
There are 19 holes, I'm sure.
No.
So 18 out of 19 is pretty damn good, I would say.
No, it's the complete opposite. So in a baseball game, there are 9 innings, okay? A total of 9. And so whoever has the most points at the end of the 9th inning wins the game. Okay?
I'm following, kind of.
There was a tie score. It was 5-5 at the bottom of the 9th. So when it's a tie score, then it goes into the 10th. And then you try to break the tie. So for the next 9 innings, they were trying to break the same fucking tie.
Oh,
it was 5-5 for 9 more innings past when the game was supposed to be done.
So literally doubled the game.
Doubled the entire game, and the second half of the entire game was just 5-5 until the very end when the Dodgers scored 1 final point and then they won 6-5.
Does that make the game like super long?
Yeah.
It's only...
Yes.
You only have 5 apples. So there are only 9 innings in a whole game. This had 18 innings. It was 2 games in 1.
So a hole in one.
Like 18 innings. Wow. I did not see that on the headlines.
So basically they didn't like score a touchdown till the very end of the thing. So everyone's just like on the edge of their seat waiting for it to be over.
This is my favorite thing. Yeah.
Everybody loved our sports talk. Maybe we should do more Gays Explain Sports. I think that would be quite the hooter for your cooter. Which also, by the way, Donna's in the live chat and she's just like, Zach doesn't even know what baseball is. First of all, Donna coming back with her homophobic threats. And look at this. Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, everything to prove. I used to play sports all the time. Look at that. Here's me and my that's my what I think I was on the Atlanta Braves. I was on I think the Blue Jays at one point. I never got to be on the Dodgers. The Braves. I think I was on the Braves. There's one of these buttons has me playing soccer, but the rest I have all my other was I ever the Yankees? I'm trying to remember all the teams that I was because clearly there were many that I did. So yeah. Look at there's me. I used to play sports all the time. I played basketball. I played soccer. I played baseball. Apparently more than I even remember. This is me in at least 4 different I think 2 of them may have been the same year. No. Different years. Yeah. These are all a different year. So yeah, I played baseball multiple times, played soccer, I think for 1 year. Played baseball, or no, it's not baseball, basketball for a year, volleyball. What else did I play? Football, tackle football. I hated tackle football. That was the worst. I genuinely hated tackle football. Of all of them, I mean, listen, I was a chubby kid. This is before I really got chubby. I have like my football pictures where you could see me and I was like more husky. I hated running. I hated practice. That to me was always the most, because they always made you like run laps and I hated to run. I was just not very athletic. But yeah, what a time. But I did play baseball, I did play football. It wasn't even tag football because I'm not a little bitch, okay? I played the tackle football, not flag football, okay? Now, what do you want me to go out there and wave the trans flag and play flag football? No, thank you. I was out there trying to get a concussion, okay? And let me tell you, I hated every single second of it. But do you know why? I didn't have a good coach, I'll tell you that. I think I played football for 2 years. Maybe, no, I think it was only 2 years. And I hated it because I didn't know how to play it. And I was just a husky kid. So they just always put me on the front on the line. And they're like, your job is to defend against the other team, to fight, like to make sure they don't, get the ball and tackle, whoever was the star of the MVP of the team. There was always like one kid that was always like, oh, he's the coach's son and everybody loves him. I was not the coach's son. I was not interested. And so, yeah, football was by far the worst. And so when we would do drills, I didn't really understand that the whole point was I was supposed to tackle other kids to prevent them from getting the ball. I don't even know what I thought I was doing there. I was kind of just there for the ride. And so I would just let them tackle me. I would like when we would do drills, I would be like, oh, okay. Like, and they would make you run at each other. You'd be like, okay, you start here and you start here. Okay, drill, go, run. I would just like run halfway and then just stop and let them hit me. So I was just like, I don't want to tackle back. I'm a pacifist. It was wild. Should we blame your activated takes on your CTE? No, what you can blame my CTE is the how forgetful I am. Donna's always telling me you should go get your brain checked because you forget things all the time. But I remember important stuff. I just don't always remember, like people's names, or Donna's like, remember we were talking about this yesterday? And I was like, where are we? And she's just like, Zach, how are you always forget? Like you forget everything. And I'm just like, listen, I have brain trauma, Zach liked it rough from the beginning. Oh, I hated football. That was by far the worst of them all. But again, it's like if you don't have a good coach that's telling you what you're supposed to do and why you're supposed to do it, I was just because then I would also like analyze the field and I would see like when the other players would do things that like I would avoid because I was like I don't know, they were all, it's a long story, but I was actually very very good at analyzing the entire field or scoping out the board on the board for the board game and like I could always kind of see things. And if I knew how to play, I think I would actually be much better at playing. Did you ever do kickball? I never did kickball. No, that's one thing I have not done. I've thought about recently? All the gays, they do volleyball, they do softball, gay, and then they do dodgeball. That looks fun. Could you imagine me playing dodgeball? I would love to throw a ball at someone's face and be like, you like balls? Here's one to your face, bitch. You know what I mean? That sounds like the Oklahoma drill you described. It probably was. But again, I didn't know. Volleyball was my sport. I wasn't terrible at volleyball. I wasn't good at any sports, to be honest with you. I don't think I was good at any of them. But again, I just didn't know I didn't know what you were supposed to do in any of them. Brain damage, huh? Oh, definitely brain damage. I'm sure. But yeah, Donna can attest. I forget things very often. I even have a new members only bonus episode. I call it Dictator Donna Drama. And there I get into like how I, sometimes feel like I just fell out of a coconut tree. But yeah. I want to see a dodgeball game between Donna, Zack, and Stu. Wait, by the way, guys, Stu celebrated his 100th episode, and Donna and I are on it, and we fight. So go and tune in to Stu's 100th episode. The audio is out now. That would be, so go show some love. Why is Christina laughing? She's laughing. We're rolling on the floor laughing. Oh my God, Zack, what did I say now? I feel like I ran into a coconut tree sometimes. Yeah, drop a link, please. Ooh, for the OF, you want the OF link? It's on Don't Let It Stew on Apple Podcasts. Go to Apple Podcasts and go using me like content, using me for content like a prostitute. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do, boo. That's what I do, boo. That's what I do, boo. I just use you. Okay. That's all my sports talk. That's all the sports talk that I have for today. Your last episode on Stu had me dying. You were really pushing for answers on Eskimo Brothers. Oh, about Andy Cohen. I know people were dying over that. It's fun. Yeah, you'll catch Donna trying to stir the pot in the 100th episode of Don't Let It Stew because that's just what Donna likes to poke and Donna likes to stir the pot. Donna likes to add sauce on things so that Reddit can run with more stuff. That's Donna. All right, let's take a quick break and then we'll get into the Dancing with the Stars MomTok drama, Andy Cohen and John Mayer, because I think they've definitely giving blowies or bro jobs, and Kim Kardashian doubting whether or not we landed on the moon.
Okay, I know you've seen a million different ads for hair growth products and thought, yeah, sure, like that actually works. I did too, okay? And then I found Nutrafol, which I can confidently say isn't like the rest of them. Nutrafol is physician formulated, clinically tested, and dermatologist recommended. If you're dealing with hair issues like thinning or shedding, but you feel stuck and aren't sure what to try next, I highly recommend you give Nutrafol a try, okay? Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, trusted by over 1.5 million people. You can feel great about what you're putting into your body since Nutrafol hair growth supplements are backed by peer-reviewed studies and NSF content certified. That's the gold standard, okay, in third-party certification for supplements. See thicker, stronger, faster hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code NOFILTER. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com. Promo code NOFILTER. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code NOFILTER.
Promo code NOFILTER. Yes. Well, if you're like me and you want to fix your credit score this year, because I'm sure we've all had moments where we wanted to boost our credit score, right? Can you believe that 1 in 5 of us don't even qualify for a basic credit card? That's crazy. We all deserve to put some shopping on some credit. Am I right? As long as we pay it off on time. But it feels like the system that we have is currently broken, but that's why I like Kickoff, okay? This is where Kickoff comes in. Users with a credit score under 600 were able to grow their credit score 84 points in the first year with on-time payments using Kickoff. With transparent, affordable plans starting at just $5 a month, no hidden fees, 0 interest, Kickoff helps you score big when it comes to credit. It's simple. You just make some on-time payments, credit bureaus see good behavior, and your credit can grow fast. With premium or the ultimate plan, the rent reporting feature can help you build your credit. That's what I love. I'm literally paying my rent and building my credit at the same time. So this is one feature that I'm all about. Plus, your positive on-time rent payments get reported, so it always helps to boost your credit score. Okay. Over 1 million users and hundreds of thousands of positive reviews have been flowing in, which is why Kickoff is the #1 credit builder app on the App Store. Start building your credit with Kickoff today and get your first month for as little as $1. That's 80% off the normal price when you go to getkickoff.com/nofilter today. That's Kickoff without the C. Get Kickoff, KIKOFF.com/nofilter. Must sign up via getkickoff.com/nofilter to activate offer. Offer applies to new Kickoff customers first month only. Subject to approval. Offer subject to change. Average first year credit score impact of plus 74 points between January 2023 and January 2024 for Kickoff credit account users who started with a score below 600, who paid on time, and who had no delinquencies or collections added to their credit profile during the period. Late payments may negatively impact your credit score. Individual results may vary. Booyah. I said, ba-ba-ba-ba. Booyah. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Booyah, booyah, booyah. Thanks for sponsoring us, Kickoff. All right. First of all, is my mic good? I feel like some people, I can't tell if they were at the beginning or if they were later. Donna says my mic is off. Is my mic fine now? I tried to turn it off and back on. It should be fine. On StreamYard, it says my mic is connected, that this mic is connected, not the computer mic. It's a little off, but it's okay. Yeah, it's good. Is it like normal good, or it sounds like it's using the computer mic? It's a bit off. That's interesting. I wish I could hear what it sounds like. It sounds a little off. No, it sounds off still. We can hear you, but the sound's off. Interesting. Let me see if I can. Sorry, I don't mean to workshop this in the moment, but a little quiet. Yeah. Let's see. It does sound a little. Oh, It does sound like my mic is off. That's so weird. Okay, hold on. Let's try to. I mean, it's okay, but it's not great. We can still hear you. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna unplug it. Wait, why did that happen? Oh. Okay. Okay. Let's try this. Okay. What? There we go. Okay, sorry. I unplugged the Okay, is that better or worse? Did that fix anything? Are we good? Can't hear. Can't hear. Well, because I unplugged the mic. That's why. Okay. Better? Okay. Is that better? Better. Okay, we're good now. Okay, good. Sorry. I'll make sure we edit that out. Oh, okay. When you played sports, the video sounded normal and then it went back to sounding like the computer mic. Yeah, it looked like we resolved the issue. I just plugged and unplugged. What a hot mess. Thank you for helping me workshop this all together. Donna doesn't know what Eskimo brothers are or Eskimo sisters, or just Eskimo people in general. Do you guys know the term So, Donna, if you're still there, which you're probably not because you probably got bored and left, but Eskimo sisters are when you sleep with the same two people sleep with the same person. So in this case, who was Stu? Oh, Andy and Jeff Lewis are Eskimo sisters because they both slept with Stu. See? Yeah. So that's the What are Eskimo kisses? What is an Eskimo kiss? An Eskimo kiss. Oh, it's a nose kiss. That's stupid. Okay. Boom. Jeff and Andy. Yes, they are Eskimo brothers. Excuse me. Why? So that was something settled. That's good. Nose rubbing. Yes, that's what it is. No, eyelash kisses are not Eskimo. Eskimo is the nose. Yeah. Tabitha says, sounds the same to me. Well, Tabitha, I don't know what else to do. I can't help you. Everybody else says that it's fine. So maybe just like check the hearing aid. JK. Jokes, guys. Jokes. Okay. Let's talk Dancing with the Stars. So first of all, I have a bone to pick with the fans that voted. Okay. Transparently, I'm just gonna say I've never voted on Dancing with the Stars, but I'm very disappointed in the audience for letting our girl Jen Affleck lose and go before Andy Richter. What is, I don't know what his name is. Nobody cares. But anyway, the fact that Andy is still in the game and the fact that they sent home Jen Affleck, they sent the MomTok home before the old chubby dude. No, I can't believe you guys did Jen Affleck wrong like that. First of all, she did not deserve that. She deserves nothing but the best because she's just a sweetheart, a sweetie pie, and she's just so adorable, and she deserves nothing but the best. I'm loving Jen, and I'm a little disappointed that she didn't at least make it to the top 6. Richter, it's pronounced Richter. It's crazy he's still there. I don't know who's voting for him. Who's voting for Andy Richter, and why? He's not very good. I don't think he's that likable. I just kind of find him boring altogether. Michelle says, I thought that they got to pick their song. I was surprised to find out that they don't. I thought they got to pick their song too. They don't get to pick their song? Is that like a new thing? I thought they have a list of songs that they're allowed to choose from. Conan O'Brien fans. Does Conan O'Brien still have fans? I guess they are older, so they would be watching Dancing with the Stars. Dancing with the Stars. So I didn't know old people. Well, I mean, obviously, but like even old people have taste. Even old people know that he's not good.
let the old people vote for Dylan Efron. Let the old people. Well, I guess Jen just didn't have enough to really hook anybody. But also, to be fair, she just had a baby. So the fact that I'm bummed that she got booted off so early. I get all my info from Dance with the Stars from Donna. Did you see the interview where she said that she and some other mom told would be on some episodes of The Bachelor? Yes, Bachelorette. So, Taylor Frankie Paul from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. She's currently filming The Bachelorette right now, or I think they're in pre-production. They're about to start filming. It's about to happen. The Bachelorette's not filmed in real time, right? That's like filmed in advance and then they air it later, right? It's not like Love Island where it's like airing, or Big Brother where you're watching it as it's unfolding. But whatever. The mom talks are fighting because Whitney. People said that she was like laughing when Jen got eliminated because I guess it was down to Whitney and Jen. And then Jen ended up getting booted off of Dancing with the Stars and Whitney stayed. And obviously we knew Whitney was going to stay. Like there was no way they were going to get rid of Whitney, but it was always kind of mean that they put the two mom talks up together against each other in the very bottom 3, in the very bottom 2. But anyway, Jen did an Instagram live with his name is spelled Jan, but it's Jan, right? Jan. So she and Jan were doing an Instagram live, and on it, she's like, I won't be rooting for, another fellow MomTok member because, well, you'll just have to wait until season 3 to find out. So it seems like Jen and Whitney have some sort of drama, but I think it's because Whitney is friends with Demi, and Demi is on the outs with everybody, and Whitney was kind of on the outs with everybody. But it's also kind of crazy because remember in season 2, like Whitney was the one that showed up for Jen. Whitney came to her house. She was washing dishes when Jen was like, I'm not feeling well. My mental health isn't doing well. Like, I just felt like Whitney was such a solid friend to Jen that now I'm sad that they've had a falling out. But I think it's probably because Whitney is standing by Demi, and Demi is obviously, doing all her crazy drama with, what do you call it? With, Demi's doing her drama with Marciano and Jesse, and then we're gonna find out what happened with Jesse. Like it's kind of crazy. I didn't like Jen taunting. Who is Jen taunting? I don't remember Jen taunting anybody. Whitney always has drama. She creates a storyline for herself. That's one thing about Whitney. She's a great villain. She knows how to keep the story going. Lisa says Danielle. Oh. So filmed ahead, and they've had to keep it secret for months. Yeah, they filmed that months ago. When was that? It was when season 2 aired. So was that like in May? June? July, right? It was over the summer for sure. I don't know. We'll see. Yes, if you're watching this right now, guys, thank you, Laura. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Let's get the subscribes back up. So if you're enjoying the show, hit that subscribe button. But I was also sad that I'm going to call him Jan because his name is spelled Jan, and saying Jan is just kind of, I don't like it. But hey, he's a cutie, and I think he's batting for my team. But Jan was getting called out by Max because, they have the Shmerkovsky brothers. Well, Max was doing a podcast interview, and he was just completely shitting on Jan. And Jan was like, oh, Joe, no, you didn't. And so Jan was like, it's okay. Everyone's entitled to feel their own way. And I'm a star at heart. And everybody gets a participation trophy. And I'm just so happy that Dancing with the Stars gave me this chance. And even though I'm new, I'm still amazing. And then even Val, Max's brother, because, they have the 2 brothers. Even Val was asked about it. And they were like, what did you think of what your brother said about how Jan doesn't deserve to be here? And he's not even a good dancer. And Val very diplomatically was like, just because I have a brother doesn't mean we share the same brain, doesn't mean we share the same opinions. And so he very much was like trying to distance himself from Max. But I thought like he went really hard on poor Jan and like leave Jan alone. Sure, Jan. I feel bad. What's up with Max calling everybody out? I mean, is that anything new for Max? I feel like Max has always been like that kind of like pompous tool, and he just like thinks he's too cool for school. Y'all need to go get these likes up. Yes, guys, get the likes up. Hit the like button. Hit that like button. Hit it. Get it, get it, get it. Hit it, hit it. Justice for Jan. I know that's right. Max is arrogant as hell. I agree. Max has always been unfiltered. He always talks like that. That doesn't make it fair and that people will like what he says. But again, he's always been like that. Yeah, I didn't think that this was anything new. The fact that people are like, oh my God, clutching their pearls. And that's why I think Val was kind of like, I have to remind everybody, like, I'm not the same person. Like, that's my brother. Like, you can take it up with him. So poor Jen and Jan have just been taking beatings all week this week. Okay, let's talk Andy Cohen and John Mayer because I kind of feel like they might be like friends or like lover-ish. So John Mayer and Andy Cohen obviously have had a budding friendship for many, many years. And Andy Cohen was just on Call Her Daddy, and he was talking about his friendship with John Mayer. And he says that, you know, when they go out to dinner, they always sit in the same booth together. Cause that's always the thing, right? Like, and it's kind of weird sometimes. So their thing is like when you sit at the table, do you sit in the same booth as your lover or do you sit across from each other? And I mean, unless it's four, I typically will sit across from whoever I'm with. I'm not going to sit with them in the same booth. I also think it's kind of weird when couples sit in the same booth. I just think it's weird. Sorry, to me, I don't know. I like personal space, you know? So Andy was talking to Alex Cooper on Call Her Daddy, and he was saying that he loves John Mayer. Like, you know, he definitely has a deep appreciation from John. Okay, so everyone in the live chat is saying across. They always sit across from each other. I love it. Moto Mama Lee 79 says, I'm wearing my Love Me Some Zack Peter shirt today. Hey, love it. Yeah, see, everybody agrees that you should absolutely sit across because then you're you know, bumping into each other. I agree. I think it's weird to sit next to each other unless you have another couple and then the two couples sit with each other, right? But so he's saying like we don't hold hands, but like we're super close, and he's so big, and sometimes he has his arm up and around, and Andy like kind of likes to cuddle in. He's like, you know, I was getting very touchy, and even John was like, Andy, and he was like, you know, but I was a little. I'm sure he was a little tipsy and he was a little feeling himself. And I'm just like, he has to have seen John Mayer's dick. Like he has to have. I don't believe that nothing has ever happened between them ever. Like that's kind of crazy. That's crazy, right? Like something's had to have happened. Like he's at least like felt his dick, right? I feel like I'm sure they are just friends, but Andy was saying that like if there was a John Mayer that was a gay, that would be like a perfect lover for him. And so I'm like, you're definitely like in love. Michelle says, no, girl. No. Everyone thinks that something has happened between them, but Blair says no. Everybody else feels pretty confident. Andy comes on to everybody. No way he isn't all over John Mayer all the time. Oh, that's a good point. I mean, yeah, Andy's a little flirty and a little frisky, and he'd like, you know. Straight guys like attention. That is very true. Straight guys love attention. I actually have a lot of straight guy friends, believe it or not. I like hanging out with straight guys. They're fun to hang out with. One of my straight guy friends, we do run club together. And then we go out and like we'll have a beer afterwards. And it's like fun. I've gone like for coffee, for lunch with like some of my straight gym friends that like have wives and kids, and like we hang and talk and like, you know, it's fun. I enjoy straight guys. I enjoy straight guys more than I enjoy gays. Well, I guess it depends. But gays can be mean sometimes, and they're not very nice, and they're not very friendly. I'll tell you that. I think Andy and Anderson are super flirty together. That too. See, I don't know why Andy and Anderson don't date. I think because they're both like, we're both tops, but like just become a side. Do you guys know what that is? So there's tops, and then there's bottoms, and then there's verse, which means you do both of them. You give it and receive it. And then there's a side. And sides don't do either. This is your gay lesson of the day. Yesterday was sports. Today is gay lessons. Okay. So you have the top, the bottom, the verse, and the side. Okay. Isaac says straight guys like to be desired and women don't compliment them. That's why. Probably it makes them feel special. That's fair. I will agree with that a lot of guys do like the ego validation. Raised eyebrow says married guys can be gayer than me. Yeah, I would agree with that. Do Andy and John blow each other? Maybe. Well, that's the thing. If you're a side, then you do like mouth stuff. But if you're not a side, then you do butt stuff. You know? This is fascinating. Or a verse top. Okay, well, if you're verse, yes, you can be a verse top, which means you're a verse, but you lean more top, or you can be a verse bottom, which means you're verse, you do both, but you lean more bottom. Most verses are also just bottoms. So yeah, can we go back to the bro job comment? Oh, bro jobs, it's where you're bros, but like you blow each other, right? Like we're bros, but like it's okay. I'll help you out and you help me out because like it's easier than like going out, because like you can use your hand, but then if you just use your friend's mouth, like, it's just like a friend doing you a favor. It's a bro job. Lynn says, oh boy, getting schooled here does remind me of my 20s. Katie says, we have now learned the term sapphic, top, bottom, side. Your show is so educational. And yesterday you learned all about sports. Oh, should that be the new Instagram clip of the week? Is the sapphic? Teaching people what sapphic means. Oh my God. That's actually kind of fun. Yeah. Joy says, oh my God, I'm so confused. What are you confused about? I think Andy and John could be sides together. I think Anderson and Andy could be sides together. And maybe they're open where they'll bring in like a twink sometimes so that they can both get their aggression out. This is fascinating. Yes. Raised eyebrow says, is everyone writing this down? I'm getting schooled today. Thanks. And that's what I'm here for. Teach you about bro jobs. Bro job like in White Lotus. Well, that's a little different. That's like way different. That's way different. That's like too literal of the bro in the job, right? Because like it was his brother that he did that for. But also a bro job is where you use your mouth. I believe in White Lotus, it was only hands. That's very literal with the bro job though. Oh, okay. Maybe they're doing bro jobs. Maybe he has seen it then. I think Andy has definitely seen it. I missed Sapphic. Explain. Oh my God. We talked about Sapphic yesterday on T with Tambo probably hates our Wednesday episodes because that's where we get a little more politically spicy. The things I never knew or thought I needed to know. That's what I'm here for, to teach you. Wouldn't you just be open to it all? Me personally, or like generally speaking? Miss Machete says, if my husband is queer, what does that make me? I love this conversation. It makes you married to a gay man. I'll just tell you that. Any man that identifies as queer is definitely far from straight. And he's, I'm not even gay enough to refer to myself as fucking queer. It's a bit much. If you ask me, I would have married Kate and Ashley. Josh, I may have questions later. Okay, what questions do you have? Is John Mayer bi? I don't think so. Maybe, but no. Or else I think he would have done something with Andy Cohen by now. Of course, he's seen it and probably unsolicited. You think John Mayer? Oh, like he's just walking around naked? Danielle says, yesterday's episode was superb, Zack. It was your #1 episode ever for me, and I've been following and watching for over 2 years. Really? What made it so good? Dotbot said, and here I have bro jobs conversation on my bingo card today. Yeah, the hand. What happened with the hand? Joy says, look, most men are gay. Do you think that they watch porn to see the size of a woman? Is that what they're looking at? I'm not a porn person, TBH, but when I do watch porn, I prefer like a dude going down on a chick. Like that's my preference. And I don't even remember the last time I watched porn, but like that's what I would prefer is like the eating, the nibbling, I think Andy does everything for John. Andy is the girl in the situation. Definitely when he's like, his arm is so big and he's so tall and I'm just like cuddled up underneath him. It's like, definitely. But Andy has said that he's never hooked up with anybody in the Bravo verse. He said that he's thought about it, but that's a line that he has not crossed. Danielle says the realness and the truth of it all and coming from different perspectives is so refreshing. Thanks. Yeah, thanks, Danielle. Leave that in an Apple Podcast review. I love Apple Podcast reviews. They're the best. I love the support. So please continue to show up and review and say all the nice things because we love nice things. We love it. Let's see. Mr. D. Dirchman Windigtwerk says, LOL, HK, Helen Keller is 5 stars. Helen Keller has pulled the wool over all of our eyes for far too long, and it's about time someone said it. Thank you. I'm glad that I said it, and I'm glad that you got it. And then, Yup, okay says, MAGA white Latina, 1 star. Zack is a loser and a self-hating MAGA gay. Needs to grow up. Hates himself. I don't hate myself as much as you hate me. I will definitely put this in an Apple review for you. Thank you, Danielle. I appreciate that. I'm absolutely enjoying this combo. About tops, bottoms, verses, and sides. It's actually quite, when I talk to straight girls about it, they're always very enlightened. They're always like, what? I feel like most women would prefer to be a side if you think about it. Like, do you really want a dude penetrating you? I don't know. And like, you can have a lot of side fun, right? Like, you don't need to like, perform sodomy. Does anyone here listen to the Foster Sisters podcast? Love the Foster Sisters. Haven't listened to their podcast though. Where's all of the Zack hate coming from? I don't get it. I don't know. It comes from everywhere, right? Like, oh, did you guys see? Andy texted me this yesterday. Andy Signor, which was quite hilarious. Kevin Federline, you guys posted me on his stories. Shout out Kevin. Thanks, Kevin. And he followed. Wow, Kevin Federline follows me on Instagram. And he shared my video of Brittany, because I did the review of his book and I talked about it on the podcast. And I basically said, like, I actually think, I think that he did a great, he said, I truly appreciate your honesty. And he shared it to his stories, which I appreciate. Would you interview Kevin? Do you want me to interview Kevin Federline? That would be interesting. I haven't even thought about that. Interesting. But he doesn't even live in LA. He lives in... Interesting. He lives in... Where does he live? In Hawaii. But so I reviewed his book and then I talked about it and I was like, listen, I think there's more to the story. I've given my thoughts ad nauseum about Brittany and the Kevin Federline book and all of that stuff. But so I did a reel and I posted the reel and Kevin liked it. So he shared it online because people are mad at me about Brittany because they're like, how dare you? And honestly, I haven't even read 98% of the comments that I've gotten about Brittany. I kind of just post things and let it be, like it just, I don't really... I'm like, okay, what are they going to call me? A maggot, self-hating, like go run the gambit of all the things that you want to, whatever. Don't care. Excuse to go to Hawaii. Hello. You want me to go all the way to Hawaii just to interview Kevin Federline? I mean, might be kind of interesting. Interview him. He did a hell of a good job keeping those kids drama-free. Love good. That's one thing. Listen, there are things that you can't deny when it comes to the Britney of it all, right? We saw her have a public meltdown. We've seen that she has mental health issues. We're watching her currently dance with knives in her kitchen. All like unhinged behavior. We saw her when she got punched in the face by the security guard for going up to the athlete. What was it, a basketball player? We saw her driving erratically the other day. And she said, no, I didn't drive erratically the other day. That was a look-alike. So we've seen erratic behavior from Britney. So we know Britney is not well. She does not have a close relationship with her kids. And it seems like her kids are the ones that are choosing that. Her kids don't really want to be around her or have a conversation with her. Her kids have never spoken out publicly in support of her. Maybe they will one day. Who knows? Kevin has shielded them, the boys, from being caught up in Hollywood and being caught up in, the LA entertainment world. So you have to give him that too. Can you write it off as a business expense? Well, obviously. So, you can see K-Fed's side and still be worried for Britney. I don't know why it has to be either or. Yeah, I don't get that either. Like, why it has to be one or the other. To me, that's just silly. Silly, silly, silly. You silly goose. You silly little goosey goose. What a time. What a time, what a time, what a mighty good time. A mighty, mighty good time. Okay, let's see. What else? Talked about Andy, talked about John, talked about the mom talks. Oh, Kim Kardashian. Okay. Here we go. Did you watch Andy's interview with Britney's ex-manager? No, I haven't, but people have been telling me I need to watch it. So maybe I will prioritize that at some point this weekend. Kim Kardashian, you guys, does not believe that we landed on the moon. Now, I've seen the first 2 episodes of the new season of the Kardashians, and they're good. This is a good season of the Kardashians. And so I saw the clip where Kim talks about not thinking we landed on the moon. And I didn't think that it was that crazy. I didn't think that it was that significant. But I do agree with her about I have more questions. And so it was Neil Armstrong, and he's the one that everybody that's the name that everybody knows, Neil Armstrong. And then it was Buzz Aldrin. And so I guess Buzz has recently, they're saying like he's getting older, and so he's getting a little more spacey, and he's been a little more open about the fact that they never actually landed on the moon. And so Kim's like, I looked into it. I've done, she claims that there's been, so it says Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin were the first to land on the moon as part of the Apollo 11 mission on July 20th, 1969. That's a long time ago to go to the moon and to never be back. With Armstrong being the first person to step onto the lunar surface, in total, 12 astronauts from the Apollo program walked onto the moon across 6 successful landing missions between 1969 and 1972. Oh, I didn't know that. 12 astronauts from the Apollo program walked on the moon across 6 successful landing missions between 69 and 72. Really? How come we never heard about them then? How come we only heard about Neil and Buzz? Interesting. They were on Apollo 11. Other moonwalkers include, so there are a total of 12 astronauts that have landed on the moon. Who are these 12 people? Wait a minute. This is a new glitch in the Matrix. No way. I don't ever remember learning about 12 people that landed on the moon. We did? Visit space centers. I remember going to space centers as a child. This is some Cold War shit. What do you mean? Too much radiation in the Van Allen belt, instant death. Interesting. Danny says, I've had the chance to meet one of them, was at their house for a speaking event. You went and met one of the astronauts that landed on the moon, like personally, and you're like, I know, my name is Pink, and it's really nice to meet you. And then he said, I've been recommended to me by some people. Really? Come on. You expect me all of a sudden, Danny's like, yeah, I've met all the astronauts. Next thing you know, next week, Danny's going to come in and she'll be like, I landed on the plane too. Bullshit. Because that was groundbreaking that we did it the first time, but we haven't done it. NASA conveniently lost the technology. How did they lose the technology? What? Russ, or raised eyebrows, said, oh, just Josh. I went to the moon once. It may have been on LSD. That's how I think some of these people went to the moon. Go to the Kennedy Center in Florida. Okay. Kinney says, one of my besties' ex-husbands worked for NASA during that time. And what's the tea? You can't open up with being like, yo, I got an in at NASA, and then be like, but I can't tell you. He. This is a crazy one today. Which part? Kim Kardashian does not believe we landed on the moon. And she says it's because she's listened to, because Buzz Aldrin has apparently been like leaking that it's not real. But so these are the other, wow, there are other astronauts that have allegedly landed on the moon, but we've never heard about them, even though Danny in the live chat has met them one time at their house personally, and they served her lasagna for dinner. Apollo 12 was Pete Conrad and Alan Bean. Apollo 14 was Ellen Shepard and Edgar Mitchell. Apollo 15 was David Scott and James Irwin. Oh, like Robert Irwin, the crocodile son from Dancing with the Stars. Apollo 16, John Young and Charles Duke. And Apollo 17, Gene Cernan and Harrison Schmitt. Interesting. Why have no women landed on the moon? Sexist. And why did we stop going to the moon after 1972? Interesting. How many? Okay, so 12 humans in total have landed on the moon. A total of 12 American astronauts have landed on this lunar surface during the Apollo program between 1969 and 1972, including Russia, China. Other countries, including China, Russia, and India, have successfully landed robotic probes on the moon, but not with crewed missions. Interesting. So the US is the only one that's ever done this. And apparently we've sent 12 people to the moon, but we only did it from 1969 to 1972. And since then, we've never been back when technology has only gotten better. Why has Elon not gone to the moon? Why didn't we send Katy Perry to the moon? Why did we only send her to space for like 2 seconds? NASA conveniently lost the technology and can't go back. They can't recreate it. Why can't they recreate it? What? Was there a licensing deal with God? Like what? How? What? It's been what, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2010s, or 2000s, 2010s. It's been what, 40, 50 years? And the world is flat. Okay, listen. Have we talked about the world is flat? I don't think that the world is flat, but I did go down that rabbit hole the other morning. And apparently the theory about the world being flat is that we're like a snow globe. And so the earth is essentially flat, and there's like this big dome over us, and that's where like God watches us and checks in. Maybe there were monsters and they're scared of the moon. Didn't Katy Perry go to the moon? No, she went to space. She like just penetrated. She did just the tip. Which also, if we've been to space so many times, then why couldn't we have sent Katy Perry all the way up there? Baby, you're a firework. Pew, pew, pew. Shoot her up there. You know, beam me up. Just beam me up. Okay. Chat GPT. Okay. Why haven't we gone back to the moon? This is going to be a fun. That's a great question, and one that a lot of people wonder about. The short answer is, it's not that we can't go back, it's that we chose not to for a long time, mainly because of cost, politics, shifting priorities. Oh, really? So we chose not to? It's not that we can't, it's that we choose not to. Got it. Okay, where have I heard that before? The Apollo program was about competition, not exploration. Okay, so the original moon landings in 1969 to 1972 were largely driven by the Cold War space race between the US and the Soviet Union. Once the US had proven it could land astronauts on the moon and return them safely, the political motivation evaporated. The last mission was Apollo 17 in 1972, and it ended the program. It's extremely expensive. It's about $25 billion in 1970 dollars, over $150 billion today. Damn. After the 1969 landing, the US public and Congress lost interest in spending that much money on space exploration because there were pressing issues on Earth. It's feeling very, it's not you, it's me. I need to work on myself. I'm in therapy and I just need to figure out what my childhood wounds are, and that's why I can't date you. It's not that I'm not committal. It's not that I'm a fuckboy. It's not that I'm emotionally unavailable. It's that I need to do me. I need to work on me right now. It's not you, it's me. It's giving very much that energy, I'm just saying. Like we're looking for every excuse. Okay. ChatGPT's reason number 3, focus shifted to other goals. NASA pivoted towards developing the space shuttle for reusable spacecraft and satellite deployment, building the International Space Station. We're going to build an International Space Station? Where's the International Space? Is it going to be in space? They're focused on robotic planetary exploration. Oh, for Mars. Interesting. Okay. These programs were seen as more practical and sustainable than repeating the moon landings. I mean, that kind of makes sense. The Matrix is convincing me. There are technical and safety challenges. Landing on the moon safely is still hard. The technology used in Apollo was retired, and rebuilding and modernizing it from scratch takes time and money. After the Challenger and Columbia disasters, NASA became more cautious with crewed missions below low Earth orbit. Which one did I see? I remember being like in the first grade and the people blew up in the plane, or not the plane, the spaceship. I remember that. The return is finally happening. We're going back. Oh, okay. Wow. Look at this. Again, somebody is rewriting the fucking Matrix. As you think we don't see you doing this right now. Suddenly there are 12 people that landed on the plane, and suddenly there's now a plan to go back in 2026. You guys, somebody is literally recoding the Matrix as we're speaking. The Challenger. Oh, that's the one. Yeah. Okay, we're going back. NASA's Artemis program aims to return astronauts to the moon in the mid 2020s, possibly around 2026, 2027, with the goal of establishing a permanent lunar presence. Testing technologies for Mars missions, private companies like SpaceX and international partners like ESA, Japan, etc., are part of the new push. SpaceX, isn't that Elon? Interesting. Would you like me to show you a timeline of all the major planned missions? No, I'm good. Thank you, ChatGPT. Oh, ChatGPT, I just learned about ChatGPT. Well, I've known of it, but now, you know. And Kinney says, my friend's husband's dad was the one at NASA, and he said the moon landing was real. Interesting. So your friend's cousin's brother's father's lover worked at NASA and relayed this information. It was real. I don't know. It was more fun when I believed we didn't land on the moon. I don't know. Candace Owens thinks that space is fake and gay, so I don't know. It just ruined my fun. Here I was being a fun conspiracy theorist, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, it looks like we landed on the moon after all. I hated they sent chimps into space. What? They sent chimps into... Why are they sending chimps into space? Oh, to see if they blow up? I mean, that's a relatively smart strategy if you think about it. I mean, not for the chimps, obviously, but like, you know. T. Tambo says, that was awful. The school teacher went on that mission. The school teacher? Who's the school teacher? Your school teacher? A school teacher? You said the school teacher. Who was the school teacher? What a time. Muddy Gray says, in the late 60s and 70s, they were funding the Vietnam War. Who was? Isaac says, what if we can't go back because we can't afford it and we owe a lot of money to the universe, and that's why every single country in the world is on debt? We owe money to the universe? Well, then we should just manifest more money, right? Hey, universe, can we manifest the debt away? Also, when you're talking, you're not supposed to talk about debt. You're not supposed to think about debt, okay? You're just supposed to think about abundance. You're not supposed to thinking about, you don't manifest clearing your debt. You manifest abundance, which outshines debt. That's a little manifestation lesson for you. Joy says, Zach, I feel like I have done 100 sit-ups between yesterday and today because you've had me laughing so hard. Now what did I say? Miss Machete says, the dog was the first to space. Whose dog? We're sending people's chimps and dogs and teachers, and suddenly 12 people went to space? I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. The chimps went first. Krista McCullough was the teacher on the Challenger. Got it. So whose dog went to space? So before we sent the people, so there was what, Apollo 1 through 10? Those were the chimps and the dogs. And then we're like, all right, 11, let's get a teacher and just put her on there. Why do I remember Krista McCullough? She was an American teacher and an astronaut. I do remember her with the curly hair. Oh my God. There's video of them in the ship. Oh my God. I didn't know there was footage of them. Oh, and then they have all of them with their helmets. They're like, we're so excited to go to space. Oh, that is terrifying. Well, in 1985, Krista McAuliffe was named the first teacher in space. Okay, first of all, the math is not mathing for the live chat because Krista went to space in 1985. Okay, and you're telling me she blew up on the Challenger, but I was alive when the Challenger happened, and I was born in 93, and I remember the Challenger, or the whatever the ship was at the time. I remember that blowing up. Yeah, I watched it live in the second grade. I remember watching it live too. We were watching it live, and it was on one of those old school TVs. We had it hanging up on the wall in the corner, and it was the TV with the big box. Oh my God, the oldest, yeah. Before they got flat screens and all that stuff, and plasma. I still don't understand what a plasma TV is, or how it's different from like a flat screen. Okay. Wait, you're not as old, wasn't it, before you were born? I was born in 1992. Isaac says, Dot Bo, you want to discuss the shutdown with Zack Peter? What? Who? Dot Bo wants to discuss the shutdown? Well, tell her to listen to yesterday's episode. Dot Bo needs to learn the schedule, and we talk politics on Wednesdays. Can we just discuss this shutdown? What do you want to talk about it? It's shut down. There you go. What else would you like to disclose? Zack saw Columbia. Jesus, you were born in 93. What year did you guys think I was born in? You think I just fell out of a coconut tree? The Challenger was in 86. Got it. So I was not alive for the Challenger. I was not alive for the teacher. Although I do remember her, though. I remember her face and her hair. Maybe it was me in a past life. You were born in 93, sweetheart. You were thinking of the Explorer, different explosion. Well, that's why I put the call out to the chat, because I was like, well, you guys would know. And you said that it was the Challenger because you thought that how old, like if I was in the second grade in 1986, I would be a hell of a lot older than I am now. Columbia was in 2003. That's the one that I saw. Columbia as it re-entered. It re-entered space. Her students watched the ship blow up live. She wasn't on is it a ship? It's a spaceship. Yeah. Oh, wow. The math wasn't adding up. Yeah, I'm telling you guys. That's why I was like, I'm from 81. No, I'm from 93. Yeah, sorry, 86, not 85. Zack, you are wise for your age. Thank you, Lindsay. Okay. I think that's all I got for you guys for today. But Stu will be back tomorrow on Friday. What a time. So much fun. Listen to Don't Let It Stu's 100th episode. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be so much fun. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Give me a like, give me a follow, hit the subscribe button on your way out. Subscribe. All right. I love you. Give me a follow, Just Plain Zack. Follow the podcast at No Filter with Zack. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow for our Pop Report Fridays. But I hope you enjoyed today's reality recap. We do reality recaps on Thursdays, fun Pop Report Fridays. We have hot headlines on Mondays. We have special guests on Tuesdays. Wednesdays are spicier political talk. We have to decide what we want to call Wednesdays with Sean and David. I think Sean and David will be regulars, and we'll mix others in and out as well. But yeah, we'll have to think on that. So if you have any suggestions for names, drop them down below. All right. Love you. Appreciate you. Go have fun in Donna's live chat, and I will talk to you tomorrow, guys. Ciao for now. Bye.